This is music, and this is a conspiracy. Welcome to another haul/update video. In this video, I will show you kind of a mixed bag of things. Got some cassettes, some CDs, some vinyl. Some of this stuff I picked it up in the wild in a record store called Sound by Accord. Some of this I bought from Cosmic Key Creations, and some of it I bought from Grooves.land. And I have just a couple of flyers and stickers this time, so I think I'll start with those. So up first, a Grooves.land flyer. So 32 years of Grooves from 91 to 2023. They've been at it for a while. On the other side here, there is some promotion for DJ Abyss's Into the Abyss. Not my cup of tea because it's different types of house. But if you like house techno, maybe you want to check out Into the Abyss. There's a pretty cool sticker here from Cosmic Key Creations promoting Live by the Sword and the Glorious Dead EP. I do have another EP by Live by the Sword, and I think the guy who owns Cosmic Key Creations is in that band. It's very interesting. Lots of different genres at play on the EP I have on cassette tape. Great stuff, actually. So I hope this is kind of along the same lines of that. I will certainly check it out. And you also have a Cosmic Key Creations sticker as well, and the entire catalog, which is pretty cool, kind of for reference, to check it out if there's anything you want to pick up. It is a very cool label. They have released the Bold Beauties of Blackpool, also known as Enchantment. Their albums are on this label too, so it's a great label. Okay, let's turn to the CDs. Up first, Omega Conspiracy by Agent Steel, and also Alien Naima by Agent Steel. I always get Omega Conspiracy and the Omega Wave mixed up, and for some reason I also get them mixed up with so the Omega Wave is Forbidden. I also get them mixed up with Order of the Illuminati, also by Agent Steel. But these two here, along with Order of the Illuminati, are the apocryphal Agent Steel albums, because they don't feature John Cyrus. I like them nonetheless. They're a bit more thrashy, I think, than speed metal-y, but I think they're great. I also like the ones that have John Cyrus on vocals, of course, but I do enjoy these apocryphal ones, so I'm glad I managed to pick them up on a CD. I already have Order of the Illuminati. And now some best here. I quite liked Necrosapiens, so I decided to pick up some more best. This one is, what does it say? Venenum, I think, or Venenum, or whatever. Great stuff, death metal, kind of innovative death metal. And I also picked up Justicia by Beast. So I have some more Beast to look forward to listening to. And up last, Firecracker, Born of Fire. This is one I've been looking for a while. I used to have a digital copy. This is melodic metal, maybe even melodic hard rock, which is also progressive. So I would consider it a kind of progressive metal, progressive hard rock. Very good stuff. And I think they only released this album, and then I think the main person in the band formed Vindictive, also progressive metal band, but probably a bit more well known. But this is great. I'm happy to have this one for sure. Great stuff. Now the cassettes, some box sets actually. Theater of Tragedy, the early years, 94 to 98. Gothic, doom, metal. They later became kind of Depeche Mode kind of inspired band, and then they went back to metal. They invented, as far as I understand, the Beauty and the Beast subgenre of Gothic metal, which, as it happens, is a genre I'm not a big fan of, to be honest. It became watered down very quickly, but very often with those types of genres, the first couple of artists that innovated those genres tend to be pretty good. So that's the case with Theater of Tragedy. I think I'll make another video, maybe I have already made one when you're watching this, where I will show you the contents of this box set. But it looks great. It's the probably, along with the Neptune box set from Jawbreaker Records, this is probably the classiest looking box set I have, you know, cassette tape wise. I also grabbed this one here, the Grave box set, the classic albums. So you have the three of the early albums. I might make a short video showing what's in here as well. Old school death metal, and one of the best concert experiences I ever had, that was with Grave, and I think it was also one of the worst experiences they had as performing artists. It was at an outdoor festival called Copenhagen. It was a sunny couple of days, but just when Grave took to the stage, the sky just turned black, basically, and as soon as they hit the first notes, a thunderstorm just erupted. So you had just rain, you know, torrents of rain, thunderbolts in the skies just above the stage, and then you had, you know, traditional death metal. It was a great combination. People had a great time just mushing their heads off in the rain, wearing Wellington boots and rain ponchos. It was hilarious to watch. I was kind of like standing by this sort of almost the side of the stage, where it's typically more safe if you're too old for mushing. But it was a great concert experience. The weather and the death metal music, just a perfect fit. But obviously the band, they were struggling because it's not easy to play your instruments, and you got the wind and you got the rain, and your strings on the guitar, you know, they get wet and all that stuff. They were struggling, but they were troopers, really, and did a great job, and one of my best concert experiences. As soon as they stopped, it turned into a sunny day again. I don't know if they have some beef with a weather god or something. I don't know. Great stuff in any case. Okay, the vinyl, I decided to pick up this one after all, Set the World on Fire by Annihilator. The music on vinyl reissue, just went with the black vinyl version of it. And I don't know if I'm gonna pick up more Annihilator on vinyl. I do have most of their stuff on CD, and I'm pretty happy with that, actually. It's just that the first two and maybe the first three albums are, you know, well, the first two ones are Thrash pieces, and the third one is almost there. It's a bit more, not mellow, but a bit more, you know, just more straight up metal with some thrash for sure. I also decided to grab Occult: The Enemy Within, and this is from Cosmic Key, and this one is just super cheap. For some reason, the Occult albums they've released are very cheap. I have a compilation of old Occult demos on CD, so I decided to check this one out. I know I have heard this one many years ago. Back in the day, we used to know the crew I would hang out with, a bunch of teenagers. Some of us were in bands, some of us were music fans, and we knew this guy in his mid-30s who was a metalhead, and he had a job and a salary, so he could actually buy a handful of records and CDs every month. So he had a massive collection, and back then there weren't that many other metalheads in their 30s around in that town. So I think he just liked having some people to talk metal to. So we would often go to his place, eat pizza, and listen to different types of metal all day long. And he had so many albums that I know I've heard because we would listen to them, but I can't remember what they sound like, but I remember the cover art, and this is one of them. So I know I've heard this one before. So there you go, Occult. And I decided to grab this one too, Prepare to Meet Thy Doom, also by Occult. Just because Cosmic Key Creations, they also had that one, and it was also cheap. And this is not from Cosmic Key Creations. This is one I picked up in the wild in Sound by Accord, the first Rage Against the Machine album. I do like Rage Against the Machine. I actually quite enjoy pre-new metal, rap metal, if that makes any sense. So I decided to pick this one up. This is one I would listen to a lot back in the day. I also picked this one up. This one I did not really listen to a whole lot back in the day. I had kind of moved on, I think, at the time, but I ended up buying it some years later on CD and quite enjoyed it. So I decided, to grab this one too on vinyl. And yeah, it's very similar to the debut and also to Evil Empire. So yeah, but I think some pretty cool stuff that I'm very happy and satisfied with. I will probably, like I said, make some videos showing what's in those two cassette tape box sets. For now, thanks for watching, and the truth is out there.